Thank you all so much for being here tonight. It really, it means a lot. The support and prayers of our families and friends, it means so much. And I think that there's a great journey ahead. And after months of deliberation and prayer, last week we announced, as you know, our decision to enter into a key race towards Indiana's future, one that will define our state and that will contribute to the national conversation and the direction of our country. It's the race for the United States Senate in 2018. And it's my honor, it's the honor of my life to do this, to step out, to officially kick off our campaign tonight with all of you. Thank you so much. It's exciting. It's exciting. And make no mistake, we are running to win. We're running to win. And this is the beginning. The outpouring support and optimism of our candidacy has really been overwhelming so far. And we're encouraged by everyone because of your hope for the future. Your hope for the future. There's a sense of optimism and excitement all around us. And we feel the sense of responsibility now for those who believe in us, all of you. We decided to kick our campaign off here in the barn at Old Hill Road because it represents the very best of Indiana, our home. This place is a testament to a story of a hardworking Hoosier family with great character and integrity. It's a story of a family who models the success of those who are willing to take risks because they see a vision and they're optimistic about the future. It's the story of Vic and Jeannie Unruh and their family. Thank you so much for all that you do for our state and for our nation. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here tonight. So it's stories like these, like Vic and Jeannie's, and Chad and Lori and Brian and his family, that Whitney, that we want to hope to learn about people across the state as we campaign and as we travel to get more in contact with Hoosiers and to see how we can make a difference for them. Last year, as you know, we celebrated the Indiana Bicentennial, 200 years as a state, our birthday. There were festivals and there were celebrations all across Indiana as Hoosiers reclaimed the past and embraced the promise of a brighter future. And it's that same optimism that have caused us to step out to begin this journey. 2016, as Chad mentioned, was a year that changed many of us, and it changed me forever, particularly when Hoosiers across Indiana showed the nation that our state was very relevant and that Hoosier conservative values and principles had a place in our national scene. And I loved seeing people all across the country looking at Indiana, a place with grace and greatness. 2016 was a year that renewed my hope, and that's why I'm here tonight with all of you. I'm so encouraged about our state, more Hoosiers than ever, certainly, when compared to our nation, are standing together. I see more unity around common ideals and principles, which make us stronger together. A sense of unity has encouraged me to get off the sidelines and to get into the game because others are standing up too. Others are standing up too, and we believe that will only continue. I've had a life of service to our community and our state outside of government. I've spent years walking away from seeking elected office, believing that I could do more in society in other ways, particularly through philanthropy. Elected office wasn't for me, I thought, although it had been a dream of mine since I was very young, at an early age. But for me, that was then, we feel to do this, and this is now. So this paradigm shift changed me when we felt renewed hope for our future and awareness that we can impact the direction of our state to a nation and willing to answer the call. And in answering the call, it was something that I was very certain about after my wife, Ann, spoke to me about what she believed. It was a moment when a light switch turned on for me. We always have those moments, knowing that it is our time to embrace. She feels the same as I do, and she's very special to me. I know the power of a single conversation, and Ann does too. That's why we're here. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be blaming her in the days to come. But I'm so grateful because this is a big step for our family. And I know the path ahead will not be easy. So I want to thank Ann tonight for her support and for her commitment and sacrifice to allow me, my renewed dream to serve, to represent our great state. Public service is a powerful vehicle to make great things happen for people. And if done with the right intentions and motivations, there are great possibilities for Hoosiers each time we have an election to change the course regardless of the direction. And in 2018, we have another chance to change the course and change the direction. That's right. Thank you. It's exciting. It's exciting. When I think of our Democrat opponent who will be seeking elected office to be reelected to represent our Hoosier values, I think about the person I see in interviews and in campaign stops. Although I don't personally know him, I still appreciate his service for our nation because I know it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. He seems like a fine guy. I say, Joe's nice, I'm sure. I say that to my friends. And I'm sure he is. But you know, each time I witness his attacks on members across the aisle, Republicans, due to their party affiliation instead of the merits of legislation, I remember all over again why he can't be reelected in Indiana. We need to return civility into our politics, and that's what we want to do, and that's why we're all here to make a difference. So we remember Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill. They knew this, and they lived it through their actions and through their words. Even when they disagreed, they still remained cordial and friends that worked together to accomplish great things. America, not partisan divide, came first, and that was in the special days. Each time our Democratic opponent sends a message to Hoosiers saying we need to stop the president's agenda regardless of what it is because we don't want to have things accomplished the way that he wants it, we like a different approach, I'm reminded of how toxic the rhetoric is. Words matter. And Joe's continued pessimism and unwillingness to compromise tears apart our country's unity one tired soundbite at a time. Am I starting to sound like a politician? I have a very good speechwriter. But like so many of you, I'm concerned about the tone of our politics in Washington. I'm worried about how our country keeps moving towards two extremes, unwilling to talk, unwilling to come together. Hoosiers know better, and we're not impressed by what we see in Washington nowadays. So during our campaign for the United States Senate, we are going to bring strong conservative values and principles and guiding virtues into our positions. We must return these values that help to create our great nation. And we can never forget the history of our greatness. So I want to step up and step out for us, I want to make a difference, and I want action just like you. During our campaign, in the days to come, we're going to be promoting across Indiana, Action Together. Action Together. A theme built upon the awareness that you don't want just talk from politicians. You want actions. Is that right? So I was right. You do want action. All right. I'm speaking to the right audience. And I want progress for our state and nation too. And I want action from you. I want you to get involved and get engaged in the political process at whatever stage that you feel right. And I want you to hold us accountable. I don't think we're hearing this message much in politics today, and that's a shame. I'm not a politician, and we have many of those who are more concerned, about re-election and obtaining higher office than service to the American people. I'm running because I honestly believe we can work across the aisle as Americans and sustain great nations and serve our people. And I want to use my background and experience to impact the direction of our country. With our positions and policies, which we'll be talking about during the course of this campaign, I believe we'll have the strongest opportunity amongst the Republican candidates to defeat our Democrat opponent, who is an individual who seems to have forgotten about what it means to be a Hoosier. In Indiana and America today, voluntary action can certainly grow as we encourage people to help one another. You know, neighbor helping neighbor. This is the basis of our faith, and it's what makes families strong, both compassionate and resilient. My background, in addition to higher education administration, is philanthropy, and I want to go to Washington to serve and contribute to what we've learned through the years so Indiana can be a leader in this arena. Philanthropy in Latin means the love of humanity. I believe our tax code we can change by encouraging charitable giving as a way to connect the dots towards building better communities rather than bigger government and more programs. And I believe we can do this, and this message will be received well by Hoosiers. And we need to simplify the tax code. Did all of you do your taxes this past week? Huh? Very timely. Thank you. Everyone knows we cannot keep taxing our citizens in order to pay for out-of-control spending habits. This is not sustainable. It's not. We have more and more needs every day, and our national budget deficits are out of control. So I believe we can follow conservative principles and cut wasteful government spending, but still be sensitive to our people. I believe in the good of individuals, and we will see greater levels of philanthropy across our country if government takes a back seat. It's more blessed to give than to receive, the scripture tells us. And I, like most Americans, take that to heart. There are real concerns in Indiana about health care affordability, about the need for good-paying jobs and workforce development, about tax reform we've talked about the threat of terrorism, and about educational attainment. And Hoosiers don't want to keep talking about it. We want action, and I do too. As we travel the state during this campaign, we're going to learn more about what Hoosiers desire as they pursue their dreams. We'll be talking about defending the dignity of all life, about growing educational attainment at all levels, expanding job opportunities and promotion, restoring community and civility, enhancing quality of life through technological advances, and so much more. The road ahead is exciting, but we're on a journey to discover a better path. We want to get to work to make a difference. and will continue to need everyone's help. I feel so strongly about this time and about serving now because America is worth fighting for, and so are Hoosier values. So as we launch the campaign tonight, and as I close, I'm committing myself to you. I'm willing to serve because I know we can bring positive change to Washington, and because, like so many of you, my parents taught me that one person can make a difference. Thank you, Dad, for being here tonight. And I know Mom is smiling down on us right now. Let's do this together. Please join me as we kick off this effort to ensure action together for the betterment of Indiana and for our beloved country. Thank you all. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.